You've stepped into the Jared Briggs Show. I help people with a dream inside that's bigger than the life you are currently living. I remember when I was there, stuck, hungry, but unsure how to break through. Now I've built a thriving business, a powerful family, and a life I love. My mission is simple: to help you do the same by building your mindset, your money, and your own empire. You guys, in today's show, we are going to cover the topic about how your comfort zone is exactly what is holding you back. So let's lock in and level up. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jared Briggs. Thank you for being here. This is a topic I really enjoy because this is a topic that can really help set you free on really identifying what it is that's holding you back and causing you to stay where you're at, right? If your 2025 is already looking very similar to 2024, you're going to get the same result. You're going to have the same type of experiences, make the same amount of money, and just go through the same motions. Things are going to happen very differently if you can change your comfort zone. So let's jump into it. You guys, your comfort zone is definitely a thing we hold on to and something that we battle when it comes to ourselves as individuals. We're human. We are 100% human. And I look at it like even me, like change is hard. One thing that I look back at is I remember growing up and even into my early adult years, being out of high school and being on my own, when it comes to food, I stuck with what I knew. I hated when I'd go to a restaurant and I'd order something different and then I didn't like it as much as something I did like. And I was like, I should have got what it was. And so I was very much caught up in my comfort zone within my food. And one thing that I really enjoy now is trying different things. And I can really say that I owe that to my wife, Reagan. She is always wanting to explore or try something different. And I'm here to tell you, there is a lot of life to experience. There was a lot of things that I was missing out on. Seafood, sushi, a lot of different types of meals that I actually found that I do like. Now, do I like every form of sushi? No, not necessarily, but there are some that I do like. So there's kind of an example of your comfort zone. And now I look forward to the experience, even on a small scale, of trying something different. Even if we do go out somewhere to eat, and I'm like, I really want this, like something I do really enjoy or like, maybe we'll order an appetizer that's completely outside of my comfort zone. Or I'll try my wife's meal that she gets that I normally wouldn't eat. So there's kind of an example. But I want to talk about something that's really controlling our comfort zone, and that is fear. We have this fear that is rooted so deep within inside of us that if you really look at your life, it is being controlled by fear. You're not running or allowing your life to live in this space of being like authentic or being abundant or being somebody that really puts themselves out there and expects good results. We live in this, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't happen the way I want it to? What if it fails? What if? And I want you to look at fear this way. When I heard this quote, and I don't remember the exact spot that I've heard it quoted many times in books, podcasts, videos that I've listened to, so I can't even say who quoted it, but I love it. It says, fear, the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. And so when I look at this now and I'm looking at expanding or growing, and it makes me uncomfortable within my mindset or causes stress or anxiety or anything, I can now look at that and be like, oh, wow, what am I experiencing here? Why am I feeling this way? What is going on? Because it's something that I really want. And so what is it that's causing me to hold back or retract from expanding into what it is that I really want or to grow outside of my comfort zone? And now when I see fear pop up of this worry or stress or unknown, fear is a lot of just unknown. We're scared of the unknown. That's why I don't like water. That's something I need to face is water, guys. I don't like big, deep black water. It scares the living crap out of me. Even in a lake, the fear of what's underneath and the unknown gets me. But I want you to really use that acronym of false evidence appearing real. And you can really step back and look of like, oh, is this a moment where my mind is making things up that probably are not even going to happen, that are probably not even going to come true? I have gotten better at this. But if I had to guess, if you're like a high performer, you want to accomplish, you've got big goals and dreams, if I had to guess, there is multiple times where you are really good at sitting back and reflecting, whether it be early in the morning, when you're driving, at night, trying to fall asleep, whatever it is. There's lots of times I would be trying to fall asleep. My wife's already zonked out next to me in the bed, and I am sitting there for 1, 2, 3 hours thinking of everything that could go wrong. I run out of money in my bank accounts, or this deal falls through, and da-da-da-da-da. And I just sit there and I get so worked up that I'm like, I've almost got a sweat. I'm like so stressed and I'm so worried about it. And I used to do this all the time. And now when this moment or this feeling or that type of situation starts coming up, I'm like, wait a minute. What is all of this false evidence that is appearing real, things that I'm thinking or stressing about that are probably not even going to happen? And I can sit there in that moment and reflect on that and be like, wait a minute, what I need to be focusing on is, what is it that I want? What is it that I want to accomplish? Like, I need to reframe and rewire my mind. Instead of going to the fear and the unknown, I need to rewire my mind so that it goes to the good, the positive, the uplifting, the big goals, the big dreams, the things that brings up good energy inside of you that makes you excited about it. And when I can flip my mind and I can go away from the fear and I can go towards what it is that I want and who it is that I want to be and the life that I want to have and focus on those things, it really helps me. And so that's a huge problem, you guys, is this whole comfort zone and the fear and all of this made up stuff. So I want to give you a few things here that I know would help you, because it's helped me. And those two things that I wrote down in my show notes right here is discipline and building your skills. Now, I want to talk about discipline first. There's no way you can really predict 100% how it's going to happen or what's going to happen. And that's none of our business. The how is none of our business. But the what, like, what is it that you want? You want to start a business. You want to move, or you want to get married, or you want to make more money. You need to be really clear with the what. From there, you need to find the disciplines that are going to cause those results. So if you want to make more money, well, you need to find the disciplines that's going to cause you to increase your income. That could be, let's say in your job or your company, your career, whatever it is. If there's new skills, new knowledge, new courses, new anything that you could go learn that sharpens and refines you to be better in that area, that allows you to market yourself and then increase your income, that is a measurable, disciplined thing that you can do. You're like, look, I want to be better at podcasting, so I'm going to listen to other podcasters. I'm going to find books on podcasting. I'm going to join communities and courses and all these different things on podcasting, and I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to study, I'm going to study these 1 to 2 hours every single day, or I'm going to study them for 1 hour every morning before I go to work, or, whatever your situation is, you create that discipline. I've been coming across a lot of things here lately where it's like, there's really no such thing as motivation. Like, motivation is gone. You can go to an event or watch a movie or do something that really motivates you, and you wake up the next morning and you're like, whatever. You forget everything, right? All of those good emotions and feelings and motivation all goes away. But discipline is something that you can lean back on. Discipline is something that you can really lean on in the case of causing and solving those problems or goals or dreams that you have. And so your disciplines, what disciplines are you really looking at? Are you reading your goals every day? Are you doing the things that are going to cause the results that you want to look at? And then building your skills. You should constantly be working on building your skills. On the way to the office today, I wanted to listen to some things, or even working out this morning. You guys, this is something I really love. I really love this podcasting and coaching. And so I've been working on sharpening my skills and being disciplined in it. So I pulled up some things on YouTube from somebody that I really admire that has done what I want to do. and I listen to, and I'm listening, getting advice from it, but I'm like, how are they doing it? And what are they doing? And what are they saying? And what are they working on? And what is their advice that really helped them to be successful in what they're doing? And so those are some things like that I would really advise you on is if you're really wanting to break out of your comfort zone, if you're really wanting to let your goals and your dreams dictate and run your life instead of fear, worry, and stress, what are the disciplines and what are the skills that you're building? These are things that you can really lean back on. You can always lean on those and develop those and refine them because your disciplines are going to get better. Like the way you operate your disciplined life should be better every month, every year, every decade. It constantly improves and gets better. Now when I read a book, it is so much more efficient than when I read a book 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It always gets better. I retain better. I learn better. I apply better. And I've learned skills in where it's like, oh, I'm not just reading a book, but I'm applying these things. I'm going to slow down and really take time. And that was a disciplined thing that I had to learn how to do. But it was something that I did for a long time, extended for 10 plus years in this space that I'm looking to work on. And so if you're really wanting to break out of your comfort zone, you need to identify those goals and dreams that you have, then identify the disciplines that you need to create on a consistent basis and the skills you need to develop. Those are things that have really helped me really break out of my comfort zone, get out of my comfort zone, and start allowing the things that I want, the person that I want to be, the things that I want to accomplish. I want those things to run my life, not the discipline, not the fear, not the scarcity, not the stress, not the worry. It sucks living there. It's awful. But though, what could it be? How good could it be? How much joy can I experience? This is what I want, and working towards those things. So I hope you guys got some value with that. I want to give you another action. Here's an action item. Get around people. You guys need to get around people that are striving for more, that are really looking to get better. I hate to say it, but a lot of the people that you hang around, spend time with, take advice with, they are causing you to be stuck. They are causing you to be within your comfort zone. You need to be around people that challenge you, that like almost make you uncomfortable because they're pushing for so much more. They're striving for so much more. They're constantly working on it. And that will allow you to see your potential inside of you. My wife and I had a really cool conversation this morning where she read in a book where they were like, hey, like we're always told that comparison is bad. And she's like, in here it explained how there's good forms of comparison, like comparing yourself to other people, and there's bad forms of comparing. And I 100% agreed with that because there's been a lot of times where I get around people. I've literally paid money for podcast coaching, mindset coaching, going to events, all these different things. And I purposely do that because I get around people and I see what's possible. I look at this and I'm like, gosh, if they can do it, so can I. I could be a better husband. I could be a better father. I could be better at my marketing. Could be better at my team management. Any of these areas that I have, these disciplines that I talked about, any of those things that I'm working on, I purposely put myself in rooms or in situations where I'm going to see more. I'm going to experience more. You guys, there's so much power in proximity. Be around people that are working towards things that are bigger, better, and badder. It's going to help you a ton. And I want to put this invite out there. My friend and I, Justin, we created a community called Invictus Nation. It's all about helping you guys and helping men and women in their pursuit to master their life in faith, family, finance, and fitness. So we are literally focused, and our mission is to help men and women master their life in faith, family, finance, and fitness. And all these areas, that's what we call the quad. These areas have a direct reflection on what we're doing. Are we, faith, family, finance, and fitness, relationships, money, everything falls within these categories. And we created it so we could get around other high-level successful people, and then also create an opportunity for people to get in those rooms and around those situations too. So if you're interested in this, just check out the links in my any of my social media, or send me a message. I'll share the link personally with you. I'll even do a call with you if you have any questions or looking for some stuff. We're really working on building these things. We do a live call every Tuesday from 12 to 1, and it's all about growing, learning new knowledge and information, connecting, networking, and just really working towards being the master of our life. So I wanted to invite you guys to that. You guys, there we go. That is some information on how and why the comfort zone is what is holding you back, and some information on, maybe giving you a mindset shift and understanding what fear is doing to you, and then how you can create some disciplines and some habits and knowledge and skills in your life that's going to help you break out of that and take that step, have some courage, and take that step to the life that you guys really want to build. So if you got value from this, please make sure you're subscribed, share it with any friends, leave any comments, reviews, anything you would like. I'd really appreciate that. But I really love it. If you got value from this, share this with somebody that you maybe had some growth conversations with, and they'll get some value from it too. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, be the master.